good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Absolutely typical. I've joined on the wrong system. Hilarious. And now my camera's not working. Alexa, turn the cameras on. Why is this camera not working? Oh, work! Come on! This is ridiculous. Right, we're going to have to go on this treadmill then. Yeah, I've been in a rush. You're quite right. I'm still recovering from moving all that furniture last night. So we're going to go on the My Run today then, because the other system's not working. Let's get going. I'm not going to do any. Ryan Perring says, "Nice of you to show up." Yeah, I'm not going to do any hard effort today. Because I am in the throes of tapering. So I wasn't ever going to work. Oh, now it says bag that badge as well. What the heck is going on here? This is just terrible. And the cat. Oh, just so many things wrong today. Oh, dear. Right. Ryan says, we love a professional outfit. Yeah, well, if you love a professional outfit, you better go somewhere else because you're not going to find one here. That's for sure. Oh, dear. Right, so I'm late. I'm on the wrong treadmill. Using the wrong profile on my streaming software. Oh, dear. Thanks for the ride on, Jonathan, anyway. I'm 40 seconds behind everybody. So I'm going to start a gentle jog and catch everyone up. We've got Natty, we've got Tortoise, we've got Jonathan, we've got Ryan, we've got Simbi. Who else is in there? Garcia. A couple of names I don't recognise as well. Andrew Cutmore says, oh, missed that. Hang on a second. Where's chat? Oh, yeah. It says, I'm surprised after your comments to Victoria about furniture last night, you were able to walk. She's so used to me now, she just ignores me. So there's no violence in our house anymore. She's just, she just brushes it off. She knows I'm just full of rubbish. Okay, look, if you guys are working, if you're at 12%, good on you. I am not doing hard work today. It's an easy day today and tomorrow. London Marathon on Sunday, so it's taper time. I don't want to do anything tough to the legs. Just lots of leg recovery now for the next 2 days. But I will jog. I'm going to walk to the arch and then I'm going to jog from the arch. But if you guys are on the full workout today, get your treadmill up to 12%, get yourself moving, and we'll get this workout done. Let's change the title from Bag That Badge to what it should be. Yeah, and 0% for Jonathan today, being super sensible about his recovery. Well done, Jonathan. Right, let's get the title of this run changed, because we're not doing Bag That Badge. That's tonight. I can find the title. Never know where anything is on this system these days. Having a clue. There we are. Main title. Look, title editor. Right, you watch me do this in real time. Look, and then I'll have to alter. Let's see. Bag That Badge. Let's type in film. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Why have you gone down there? What's that all about? Yo. It's not with Noble Pro. I was going to say film my run 500 with Noble Pro, but it's not film my run 500 with Noble Pro, is it today? It's film my run 500 on the My Run treadmill. Let's now alter where it is on the screen. Mike, thanks for the ride on. Is Mike with us today? There is an MZTR, but that's a Thailand flag. So maybe Mike isn't running with us today. Slowly catching up to the back of these guys. Daz is running with us today. Hi, Darren. On his Noble Pro 10i. How is it for you lately, by the way, Darren? How is that Noble Pro 10i doing? Right, let's move it now then. Oh, no, not left and right. We need it to go up. Go, that's about right. There's the top-down view. We're going at 6.5 at the moment, walking fast. But I will start running in a second once I've sorted out all this trouble. Now, look at that. What's that down there? Hey. Layers. Sorry, I'm just doing things. I know. Right, where are we? We're still catching up a little bit. We're only 16 seconds behind now. We're climbing up, well, those people who are climbing up New York on the Sky Roads. It's night time in Zwift. It's a beautiful sunny day here. I've been at Starbucks all morning, which is why I was late back, because I lost track of time editing the Brighton Marathon video. So the Brighton Marathon video is very nearly complete. We just have to record some voiceover for it, and then we're pretty much done, and it should be out soonish, he says confidently. Good morning, Sebastian. He says, why are you walking? See you tonight. I'm walking for a number of reasons. One, because I was late and I haven't really got myself into gear yet. Two, because there's been a lot of technical issues at the start of this stream, primarily due to me being late. So a few technical issues that I've had to sort out because, as you can see, I am running on, or I'm moving on the My Run, not the Noble Pro treadmill today. Basically because I was too late to set everything up correctly. So I've ended up on the My Run treadmill, which has caused a load of other issues. So I'm sorting all those issues out, which pretty much is done now. And then we'll get jogging. I'll get jogging in a minute. But the other issue is that I am tapering. So I'm not going to climb today. Like Jonathan, I'm going to be sensible. I'm not going to climb. I'm not going to tire the legs out. I'm just going to ease in to this jog today. Just a nice, gentle, easy 4K jog. Tonight we'll do a 6 to 7K jog. Nice and easy for Bag That Badge. And I may not even run at all on Friday, but we'll see. Perhaps I will. We could do half an hour of the ZLDR recovery hour or whatever it's called. Ryan says it's much hotter today and third day running in a row. Heart rate is not going to behave. Darren says he's looking forward to the beta release to see if that fixes a few of the glitches he's got with the 10i. Yes, I mean I'm supposed to be getting this new beta release, but I haven't got it yet. Yeah, gorgeous day here. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let's just catch up to the back of the boys. So we've got Natty, Tortoise, Jonathan, Daz and Ryan all running in the main pack. So let me just catch up with those guys. And then we can go back to a very slow walk or a very fast walk or a very slow jog because I've got no elevation today. So yeah, back to Brighton Marathon. The edit is done. The voiceover is nearly done. And then hopefully we can get it out tomorrow, which would be great. Spend all day finishing it off tomorrow, I think. So that should be good. Right. So ignore my heart rate today. It's going to be a very, very relaxed and easy session for me. Just basically walking, like Jonathan. If you want to keep an eye on who's working hard, then you can click on. Let's have a look actually. Who's actually doing the elevation? I imagine Tortoise will be, Daz, and Ryan hopefully, and let's see if Natty is as well. We can. Can we? Oh, because we're on workout mode, I don't think we can see their heart rates actually. So that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Let's see. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to see their heart rates. So Daz, yeah, no, it's my heart rate. So that's Daz. We'll give Daz a ride on. Jonathan Perkin. Ryan Perring, all in the same little group. Simbi back there as well. Well done, Simbi. Nice to see you with us. There's Tortoise. And here's Natty. Yeah, we can't see each person's heart rate. I'll just go through everybody and give them a ride on just because it's nice to give ride-ons to people. People feel good when you give them a ride-on. Right. I don't think... Oh, yeah, there we are. There's M. I don't think that is Mike from the USA because it's a different flag. But there we go. That's everyone. 22 runners in the pack today. Ryan says his heart rate has broken. His heart rate strip's broken anyway. He's just using his watch for optical heart rate. Not sure if it's reliable, but apparently already at 155 BPM. So it might be. Well, yeah, it's probably a bit high for this early in the run, Ryan. Even with your level of fitness, I think. Heart rate 115 for Tortoise, who is at 12%. Well done, Tortoise. Good job. Daz is at 8%. Heart rate 133. Well done, Daz. Good work. We're called the Film My Run 500, and that is based on the premise that we run at 12%. Now, I've recently discovered something about the My Run treadmill that I didn't realise before. Is that I think my floor is fairly level. When I measure the percentage on this treadmill, if you put it up to 12%, it actually, in reality, is around about 11.3% from what I remember. So it's definitely not quite 12%. Now what that means is that all this time, before I got the Noble Pro, I had put it in my head that a heart rate of 150 was a good benchmark for running at 12% on the treadmill. And I've taken that forward and used it. And then when we'd got the Noble Pro treadmill, I was using that kind of premise in my brain that I was going at 12%. But it turns out that actually, I all this time I've been running at slightly under 12%. Now, the new 10i treadmill is much nearer 12%. So when you put it at 12%, it's like 11.9. And running at 11.9%, my heart rate is a lot higher. So what I've decided is that I'm now going to run at 11%. Because that more aligns. Because if I don't do that, it breaks the cycle of like looking at 150 beats per minute as the benchmark. So this is a very long and complicated story that I'm telling you, but basically what I'm saying is I'm now going to run when I run at incline, I'm going to run at 11% because that will mean that I can stay looking at 150 as a benchmark for fitness. And if I can make it under 150 for the whole run at 11%, that would be good. Now, that calls into question the title of this whole run, because the Film My Run 500 argues that you need to be at 12%, because if you don't, over the course of the run, you're not going to reach 500 metres of elevation. So it can't be called the Film My Run 500 if you don't reach 500 metres of elevation. And running at 11%, I think I've been hitting something like 450, 460 metres of elevation. So, there you go. What do we do? Natty is at 6% and heart rate is 130 for Natty. Well done to you. Tortoise says you could make the run longer. That is true, actually. Yes. So it could still be called the Film My Run 500, but we'd just have to run how much? So 100. If we're going at 11%, then that's 440 meters. 440 meters over 4K. So we need another 60 meters. Sorry, another 60 meters. So that's another 500 meters of distance. So it could 4.5K should do it. 4.5 kilometers. Yeah, Ryan says just use incline during the first 400 meters because we have a start like a lead-in section. You could just put the treadmill straight up to 12% or 11%. Jonathan says, yeah, when I doing incline, I have to set it at the start. Okay, so that you should only need to set it once the timer goes. It should once the timer starts going, that's when it should be at 12%. And if you were at 12%, it should work out at just over 500 meters by the time you hit 4.2 kilometers at the end of the run. But that is provided you are at 12%. Now, of course, so what I was saying earlier, this treadmill, the My Run, it will tell you you're at 12% and it will record as though you are at 12%. So you will get 500 meters of elevation, but in reality, it's only at about 11.3%. The 10i is when it's at 12%, it's at 11.9. So you're much more likely to get, really get 500 meters of elevation. I think I like the idea of extending the run to about 4.5 kilometers and staying at 11, and then you get 500 meters. But then also, you'd have to stay longer under 150, wouldn't you? You'd have to stay at 150 for longer. And the point about this run is that it's just long enough that, for me, it's just long enough that when I'm at good fitness, I can just about stay under 150 for 4.2 kilometers at just over 11%. So maybe we do have to rename it the Film My Run 400. Actually, that still sounds good. The Film My Run 400 sounds fine, doesn't it? It's still got like an alliterative ring to it. Do you know what? I still don't feel the need to run 6.5k. You have to be at incline, don't you? You have to be at incline to be running, because running at 6.5 is ridiculously slow, unless you are on a significant incline. I am sweating though. It's very warm. 17 degrees in here, 42% humidity. So it's not massively humid. Ryan Perring reckons we need a Film My Run 1000. Yeah, Jeff Partridge was suggesting that as well. The Film My Run 1000. And I did kind of suggest that we might do that last year. Have one or two sessions of the Film My Run 1000, but we never got round to it. I was too frightened to set it up. We'll see. Of course, if I do make a Film My Run 1000, no doubt UTMB would want to buy it before long. So it becomes so popular and such a iconic event that UTMB would come knocking at my door, and I'd have to sell. What do we think about that then? I mean, I assume you've all seen the news. Very interesting developments. Sad for some. Wow. Ryan Perring says, I remember way back when the route was on Ventop, and Ryan did 12% all the way to the top and did 2,500 meters of elevation. Yeah, it's like all the way to the top is 21 kilometers, isn't it? 21 kilometers is quite a long way, and at 12%, my goodness, yes. Ridiculous. Actually, yeah, no, if you were at 12%, there'd be even more than 2,500 meters. I think I did it, when I've done Ventop, I did it at the average grade, so which is something like, is it 7 or 8%, I think. Right. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about here, by the way, UTMB and things like that. So a very big 100-mile race in the UK called the Arc of Attrition has recently sold out, been taken over by a big organisation called UTMB, who are based in France, and they run the biggest ultra running festival in the world. And the Arc of Attrition has been taken over by UTMB, and it's only the second race in the UK that has been taken over by UTMB. A lot of people saying it's a slippery slope, big corporations monopolising the sport. It's a bad day for sport. It's a bad day for ultra running. Ryan says the only positive I can see is the potential for elite runners coming to run in the UK, and that is a possibility. I mean, it hasn't really happened at UTS in Snowdon, which is the other UTMB race in the UK, but it makes it more likely that it might happen. Daz says, I don't see the point in having an opinion on the art until I can see either good or bad things happening. Yeah. Let's see what happens with it. Jonathan says, are you still going to be on the media team, Stephen? Well, good question. I don't know. My guess is not. So I think there will be opportunities for me to work at the Arc, but I don't think it's going to be doing the live stream because so I'll tell you what has happened recently, or in the past year or two, is that I had some long conversations at UTS about managing the live stream over there. Well, there isn't a live stream, but creating a live stream and managing that live stream for the UTS race. And the race director there was very keen. However, he contacted UTMB HQ in France, who said no. If we're going to do a live stream, we need it to be our own people. We need to have full control over it. And so, no, we can't have an independent third-party company coming in and running the live stream. So it was a no. And I imagine exactly the same thing will happen here, that I will not be allowed to run a live stream of the Arc of Attrition anymore. So I think the one we did in January, that may well be the last one. However, I'm hoping that I may still be employed to do the Master of Ceremonies stuff. But we'll just have to see. I do know the guy who is in charge of UTMB in the UK, so I have a good relationship with him. So I will talk to him and see what happens there. Jonathan says, I've not done any UTMB events yet, so leaning towards doing the Arc 50 next year just to see what it's like. Worth doing, absolutely. Ryan says, my worry is that our little Cornish roads and car parks won't be able to cope. The event is already huge. I miss the 2016 event that I worked on. Yeah. I mean, back then, well, you were involved before I was, Ryan. 2016 is before I got involved. I didn't get involved in the Arc till the year after. Yeah, I mean, they were the old days, weren't they? When it was a little event in Cornwall. Nobody else knew about it apart from a few people. Yeah. Good times. But these, things move on. These things happen. And, the Arc has just grown beyond anybody's expectations. And we are where we are now. And I think they'll just have to do the best they can to minimise the impact to the local environment, to the coast path and to the small Cornish villages. Lloyd said interestingly the other day, and it's very true, that Cornwall, is pretty dead during the winter. it might well be a good thing to bring more people into Cornwall in January, in terms of tourism and in terms of financial investment. But yes, that does need to be managed against the damage to the coast path, the upset to local residents, things like that. Car parking and all sorts. 2016 was chaos. 80% DNF rate. He says finisher photos was a breeze. Yeah, you only had about 20 photos to take, didn't you? I think there were only about 20 finishers in 2016. And Jeff Partridge was one of those finishers. Okay, so we are into our 4th kilometre now. Little jog. Ryan says one problem with that might be seasonal businesses generally aren't open in the winter. Yeah, that's true. But businesses that are open will benefit, hopefully. You know, just your general cafes and things like that, and car parking payment. You know, the council will get. I mean, whether how much it will generate is questionable, but just a little bit of extra money in the car park slot machines. More money at the petrol stations. And more money at restaurants and cafes and a few hotels. If you've got 1,000 runners doing the 100, say you've got 500 runners doing the 50, and another 500 doing the 25 option, whatever it is. You've got 2,000 runners plus their support crews who all need accommodation, petrol, and food for the whole weekend. So that could generate a bit of cash for the area. Ryan says we don't have room for 2,000 runners. Well, spread across the weekend. If you imagine you have 500 runners starting at midday, another 500 runners starting at half past midday or or quarter past midday, whatever that is. Then you've got another 500 runners starting in the morning at 8 o'clock, and then another 500 runners starting at midday the next day. I think the Coast Path could cope with that. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. 500 might be a bit many to scramble out of the Minack Theatre. So do ignore my heart rate. I am on flat. I'm not on any elevation. I know that Daz is on elevation. Tortoise is on elevation. Natty is on elevation. And I assume Ryan is on elevation as well. They may want to share their heart rate with us. They may not. Because Ryan's already said he was over 150 in about the first 500 metres. So he's probably at 180 beats per minute now. Although if he was at that, he wouldn't be chatting so much on the live stream in YouTube. Tortoise is at 142. So that's pretty good. Very good, actually, Tortoise. Well done. So just a little bit longer to hang on. 400 metres. If Tortoise can hang on, we'll stay under 150 for this kilometre. And anything can happen in the last 200 metres. Daz has dropped the elevation down to 6%, but he's at 146 BPM. Ryan is at 12% and he's at 165 BPM. So Ryan, I'll tell you what I got. I bought an electronic level and it's very good. And you can set it to read degrees, percentage, whatever you want. So that's what I used to measure the actual percentage gradient of my treadmill. And having run thinking it was 12% all these years, realizing that it was actually only about 11.3%. We have 500 meters to go in the Film My Run 500. Natty says it's brutal. Simbi has a heart rate of 127 at 20%. Good grief. Wow. Are you sure that's not level 20, Simbi? What treadmills go to 20%? The Nordic Track do, I know that. Nordic Track goes up to 40%, doesn't it? Ryan Perring says he's measured his treadmill and it was 12.2% when at 12%. That might just be an uneven floor, mightn't it, Ryan? I think my floor is level, but again, I actually haven't quite checked. Maybe I could do that. Just all I need to do is put the level on the floor and check, don't I? Shouldn't be hard to do. Daz says my E10i measured exactly 12% at 12. Very good. Yeah, so I think maybe mine then is not quite level to the floor. There is an adjustment you can make on the back. Right, Simbi has come back and said he's got a Soul TT8 with a 5% riser at the front. So that's how he's got to 20%. That is amazing. Like Tortoise says, absolutely brutal. Oh, sorry, Natty said brutal. 20%. Amazing. Well done. Good work. Ryan did check the floor too. Okay, so Ryan has checked his treadmill and the floor, and when he's at 12%, he's actually at 12.2%. Daz is exactly 12% when the treadmill says 12%. My treadmill, my Noble Pro, which is the same as Daz's treadmill, mine says 11.9 when I'm at 12. But again, yeah, that might just be because I haven't got the treadmill level to the floor properly. So I need to have a play with the risers on the back and just make sure that they are level. Coming up to the last 200 metres of the Film My Run 500 today. We'll be back tonight with Bag That Badge. Bag That Badge tonight is pretty much this route again. It's the Couch to Sky K route. So, which is exactly this route. We just climbed to the top of the Sky Roads in New York. 6.8 kilometres. I won't be doing elevation again tonight. But we will be back in New York at 6 p.m. Come and join us for Bag That Badge at 6 p.m. Natty's heart rate is 158. Simbi 127. Tortoise 142. But we don't know what it's going to be at the end. And my heart rate is thankfully only about 90 beats per minute because I am at 0% elevation today. One might say I'm being lazy. Somebody else might say I'm being sensible. Tapering, not doing any damage to the legs now. Nothing difficult in the legs for the next 2 or 3 days. London Marathon on Sunday. Right, here we go, up to the end. Well done, everybody. Thanks for joining today. And that is it Max heart rate of 110 beats per minute right at the end there. Ryan says lazy for sure. Do you know what? I'm sure it probably wouldn't have done me much harm to do it at full elevation. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Tortoise was keeping his mouth shut because for the first time, not over 150 at the end. Well done. Jonathan Perkins says, thanks, Stephen. No problem. Great. Well done, Tortoise. Good work. Fantastic. Right, let me see. I'm going to get my level out. So, see, this is my level here, and it's got an electronic display there, and I can change that so it says percentage. So if I just put it on the floor, I can read the percentage of the floor. It's doing degrees at the moment. Let me change it to percentage. There we are. Right, percentage. Okay, interestingly, with my treadmill at 0%, this is the My Run, it says 0.2. So it might be that we're already running at 0.2% grade anyway. That's not very much, is it? But okay, my floor is 0.17%. So when I put this level on my floor, flat on my floor, it reads 0.17%. So nearly 0.2. And the treadmill reads that as well. So at least the treadmill is pretty flat to the floor, because that reads about 0.17, 0.2. Hang on, I'll just try again. Right, interestingly, that said 0.17 as well there. If you're not interested, are you? Who's interested in this? Not me. Darren just checked his floor, and his floor is 0.15 when his treadmill is at 0. Darren's average heart rate was 129, finished on a heart rate of 151. So close, but kept the incline low today. No worries. Yeah, the guy who did it, the guy who set up Darren's treadmill did a great job of leveling it. Yeah, so yeah, 0.15, 0.17. It's not that much, is it? 0.2, max 0.2 difference. So we could argue that I'm running at. So actually, you could say that my treadmill on the left, the Noble Pro treadmill, which was reading 11.9, actually is 12.7. Is that right? That's right, isn't it? So that's 12.7. And then this treadmill, which was reading 11.3, is actually 11.47 or 11, maybe 11.5. Torta says, I missed most of that, Stephen. Could you explain again about the incline issues? No, because I know that you're having me on again. Tortoise, I've fallen for that before, and I'm not falling for it again. Right, I'm gonna go for a shower. I'll see you guys tonight for Bag That Badge. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening, a great afternoon, and I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye. Bye.